But of those things that ye have written to me, it is good to a man to not touch a woman. But for fornication, each man have his own wife, and each woman have her own husband. The husband yield debt to the wife, and also the wife to the husband. The woman hath not power of her body, but the husband, and the husband hath not power of his body, but the woman. Do not ye defraud each to other, but peradventure of consent for a time, that ye give attention to prayer, and again turn again to the same thing, lest Satan tempt you for your unconsciousness. But I say this thing is giving leave, not by commandment. For I will that all men be as myself, but each man hath his proper gift of God, one thus, and another thus. But I say to them that be not wedded, and to widows, it is good to them if they dwell so as I. And if they contain not themselves, be they wedded, for it is better to be wedded than to be burnt. But to them that be joined in matrimony, I command, not I, but the Lord, that the wife depart not from the husband, and that if she departeth, that she dwell unwedded, or be reconciled to her husband, and the husband forsake not the wife. But to others I say, not the Lord, if any brother hath an unfaithful wife, and she consenteth to dwell with him, leave he her not. And if any woman hath an unfaithful husband, and this consenteth to dwell with her, leave she not the husband. For the unfaithful husband is hallowed by the faithful woman, and the unfaithful woman is hallowed by the faithful husband. Else your children were unclean, but now they be holy. That if the unfaithful departeth, depart he. For why the brother or sister is not subject to servage and such? For God hath called us in peace. And whereof knowest thou, woman, if thou shalt make the man safe? Or whereof knowest thou, man, if thou shalt make the woman safe? But as the Lord hath parted to each, and as God hath called each man, so go he, as I teach in all churches. A man circumcised is called, bring he not to prepuce. A man is called in prepuce, be he not circumcised. Circumcision is not, and prepuce is not, but the keeping of the commandments of God. Each man in what calling he is called, in that dwell he. Thou servant art called, be it no charge to thee. But if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. He that is a servant and is called in the Lord is a free man of the Lord. Also he that is a free man and called is the servant of Christ. With price ye be bought, do not ye be made servants of men. Therefore, each man in what thing he is called a brother, dwell he in this with God. But of virgins I have no commandment of God, but I give counsel, as he that hath gotten mercy of the Lord, that I be true. Therefore I guess that this thing is good for the present need, for it is good to a man to be so. Thou art bound to a wife, do not thou seek unbinding. Thou art unbound from a wife, do not thou seek a wife. But if thou hast taken a wife, thou hast not sinned. And if a maiden is wedded, she sin not. Nevertheless, such shall have tribulation of flesh, but I spare you. Therefore, brethren, I say this thing, the time is short. Another is this, that they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as they wept not, and they that joy as they joyed not, and they that buy as they had not, and they that use this world as they that use not. For why the figure of this world passeth? But I will that ye be without busyness. For he that is without wife is busy what things be of the Lord, how he shall please God. But he that is with a wife is busy what things be of the world, how he shall please the wife, and he is parted. And a woman unwedded and maiden thinketh what things be of the Lord, that she be holy in body and spirit. But she that is wedded thinketh what things be of the world, and how she please the husband. And I say these things to your profit, not that I cast to you a snare, but to that is seemly, and that giveth easiness, without hindering to make prayers to the Lord. And if any man guesseth himself to be seen foul on his virgin, that she is full waxen, so it behoveth to be done. Do she that she will. She sinneth not, that she be wedded. For he that ordains stably in his heart, not having need, but having power of his will, and hath deemed in his heart this thing, keep the virgin doeth well. Therefore he that joineth his virgin in matrimony doeth well, and he that joineth not doeth better. The woman is bound to the law as long time as her husband liveth, and if her husband is dead, she is delivered from the law of the husband. Be she wedded to whom she will, only in the Lord. But she shall be more blessed if she dwelleth thus after my counsel. And I ween that I have the Spirit of God,